So, good morning, guys. It's a pleasure to see you again here. Thank you so much for your participation in this session. This is our fine session, I think. And so I'm glad to say this is good for us. We had little problems with Jesus because I have a hard connection right now. So he's going to enter now. So don't worry about that. And so, Maisa, how you doing? Maria, how you doing? How was the last couple days? Anyone to share? Anyone to tell? You wanna talk about something? You wanna say about something? Anyone? We have a little few words right now. Okay. And so, if Jesus is trying to fix it here connection, we had to put in order with the class of today. And so I'm going to share uh, a slide about our subject from today, and we're going to talk about the last task if you could do. So we have a task activity anyone can could do. They have a piece of paper about the not restricted, unrestricted subject. Anyone can do that presentation. Mm, And so, if anyone having no problem, but I would like to do if you trying to time to make something added to connection about that paragraph that you did. And so, anyone doing that, Maisa or Maria?
Para presentar la tarea, ¿verdad, teacher?
Sí, estábamos hablando sobre los restriction and no restriction connectors o situation. And so, en el párrafo que ya habíamos construido previamente, quería que incluyéramos algo adicional como ese tema para hacer más extenso dicho párrafo. No sé si tuviste la posibilidad, María.
Yes, teacher. Pues le
Ok.
metí unas palabras más.
Dime, ¿me repites, porfa? No te escuché bien.
Que le metí como unas palabras de más.
Ok.
Lo voy a decir.
Perfect, perfect. Ah, I'm sorry. I'm not showing the camera. Sorry. I'm not showing on the camera. Okay. And so, first of all, do you see my screen? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And so, Maria, if you wanna, please share your writing and so your resume or whatever. Please. I would like to hear you. What was you add about that?
Conflict Pablo Londra versus Big League.
Oh, okay.
In May of last year, Pablo Londra definitely through a press release that he was leaving the big leagues after a tortoise separation. Who is Big Leagues? Is the producer with which he recorded also stated that he had been deceived and intimidated when filming the content. He says that not giving the song with Ed Sheeran got the corresponding authorship point. He also adds that Crystal and Obi add points to the song since they designated the rhythm, not the lyrics for it. And he says that all he wanted was to be between any approach of Ed Sheeran to block him and boost their own career. Why Paulo Londra had not returned to record and publish songs due to, due to this judicial dispute with the big hit. It is what keeps the Cordovan able to publish songs. Cameroon, their debut album is now 2 years old, and the last collaboration was published in September 2019. In my personal opinion, what they did with Paulo Londra was very bad since they intimidate and they decided him, and he got tired of that until he decided to retire. But he already announced that he would record again, but with them. But it also seems to me that he endured and tried a lot since he did not withdraw, and once we once when they began to hurt him.
Okay, you use something about subject that I'm going to talk now in this class, but I like the way you put that kind of restricted and not restricted way, especially when you say when we chat or that is the way or who is trying to, etc., etc. But Maria, great job. I like so much what you're trying to do with your writing, and so that is the way how we trying to explain more a context and how you deeply keep a meaning of all the context and put the people to understand what is not just the mean in history or the first principle in history, the mean history. No, you had to put another clauses for more contents, more characteristic things about what you're talking about. And so, Maria, thank you so much for sharing. That was a great job. I would like so much what you're trying to do. And please continue that. That is the way. So it's very interesting what you do with some kind of sentence, and I'm glad about that. So, Maisa, you can do that's too. Jose, hi again. Jesus, sorry.
Hello, teacher.
Hi, Maisa. How you been? Are you right?
Repeat, repeat the
Mm.
question, please.
Are you good? Are you great? You fine?
Yes,
Okay. And so, can you have the possibility to do that adds to the you writing?
yes.
Okay. Can you
So,
tell?
teacher, I think I misunderstood your previous homework class. I understood that we had to add connectors to a test, but I was in newness. I bought with a new chair.
Oh, okay. Okay. No problem.
Okay. Um, Growing Rihanna Fendi, Saint Michel Barbados, February 2019, 888. She have 34 years old. By the white hair flat of Barbados, Saint Michel Barbados, while its resident is in London, United Kingdom, Los Angeles, Estados Unidos. Your nationality is Barbadian and his English mother tongue is known simply as Rihanna. Being a Barbadian singer, actress, and diseñadora. She
Designer,
therefore
designer,
design.
designer. Okay.
Okay, she is therefore known for fusing songs so as Caribbean with pop music and for reviving her imagine. Over the years, impacted popular culture has led become a music and fashion icon, which is why she is referred to as the Prince of because she is said to be the Queen of Fashion. Rihanna is also considered the most influential and successful music artistic of 20th century. Um, she began her career I thought 2003 when she auditioned for music producer Evan Rogers. She would later sing assist about contract with the Jan. I thought 2005 they released his debut album, Music of Soon, followed by his second album at Hershey. Good Hill Gone by 2007, this made her a leading figure in music industry and set symbol. Subsequently, she continued to expand the discography while incorporating new musical genres with the release of Ready to 2009, Blue 2010, Tal Total 2011, with more than 50 million music production distributed worldwide and 200 million digital downloads. Rihanna is one of the best selling artists of all time. She is the highest paid singer of the time and is considered the richest in the world. Mi amor.
Okay, Maisa. Very nice. Ah, we lost Jesus again. Okay, Maisa, that's a really, really great writing about, I don't know, even in my life, thinking and how the name Rihanna was. Michelle Barbados. I think it's like when you say Maria Consuela, blah, 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 better calling Lady Gaga. Never see the last night I was, she called Maria, that Rihanna was called Michelle, I don't know, but it's good to see when you see the Michelle Barbados, London, and another kind of place that you deeply information of that. About the connectors, it's great, it's good. You use it with that. I don't see, I don't, I'm sorry, I don't listen about too much about restriction and no restriction clauses. I saw a little thing, but it's a way good to use it. You try and find another story, and in the same way with Maria, you talk. Mm, subject that is going to talking about in this class. Sorry, and That is good in the way how you trying to define what is going on in with your words, but in another way. So uh, very good, very extensive, especially very explaining about all the subject and topics which you're trying to define. And so, if Jesus comment, I we hope that probably do that writing about, I don't know, I think it's a football player, Cristiano Ronaldo. But well, and so let's start with one question for you, guys, uh, girls. Sorry. Uh, do you know what is paraphrasing? Is a common word that used a lot right here in the university. And maybe when you have to do a word, a tax, a summary, or maybe a framework you have to do, is something you use it very much. It's paraphrasing. Anyone? So I said in Spanish. ¿Alguna conoce el significado de parafrasear en esa manera, ya que acá en la universidad lo usamos mucho para resúmenes, tareas, escritos y especialmente para marcos teóricos? La gente no respeta cuando no está en clase. I'm sorry, it's just the phone. And so, anyone knows what's the meaning of the paraphrasing? In your words, what is the meaning on paraphrasing? I don't know, Maria, Maisa, can you tell me what do you think? What do you believe is paraphrasing in your words?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, tell us. I hear, I hear. Can you explain what is paraphrasing, Maisa?
I think it's when we using different words with the same meaning so as not to make the test boring.
Yeah, it's a kind of way, exactly. That is the way we can say. But this explain about with all words is proceed about an author or is another subject we trying to explain something and we says in all words. Okay, that remember that is the author. Something. So Jesus, you had a little problems with your connection. Don't worry, but you could will your say about the restriction and non-restriction clauses? You could do?
Yes, teacher, I'm problem with connection, but
Uh-huh. No worry.
I do the word the last class day.
Okay.
Dice el costo ese, pero
Okay. You
entonces,
haven't been writing about Cristiano Ronaldo, so I ask you the
yes,
last tax if you can put that right writing if you can use the non-restricted and restriction connectors, and so please share it with us.
teacher, espérame un tantito, es que voy a aprender el computador.
Okay, don't worry. Take your time. Don't worry. The important is participation. So, like we say to Maisa and Maria, if you wanna hear Jesus, please pay attention. We are talking about who's or what is better say paraphrasing. Paraphrasing is when an author, especially explains something or says something, and we say the same thing but with our words, with or another words. So that is paraphrasing because we can use something is maybe a headache like Norma's app is real. Really scared when you use the app and this is bad for that the app things. So we have a lot of paraphrasing in task exercise another summaries, or maybe in the frame point we have to do in this career or in another career. And so paraphraseting is a kind of word to refer that you are seeing in the screen. Reported speech. Reported speech is a kind of way in how to can paraphrase something about that, and that's the way and we change. The paraphrasing has rules. In that case, reported speech is has a kind of rules we can use to better improve our writing and resuming or whatever we are typing or writing, and so we can use the reported speech. Even Maisa, Maria, have used that kind or type of in his reading when Maisa talking about Rihanna and when Maria talking about Paulo and problem the Paulo Londra and Big Lights, they use paraphrasing even in a indirect way, but don't see how that works. And now I can use that kind of rules for that and going to better and improve our writing. And so we had a particular rules like this. You can see the screen, right? You're watching the screen, right? The silence is affirmative, okay? And so you want to see, if you want to see my screen, you can see subject, reported speech. And so reported speech had a simple way, calling the direct speech. Direct speech is the sentence like we know. It had a present simple or present continuous or present perfect or whatever. It's a simple sentence like we see, like that is the way is writing. And so that is direct speech. Reported speech is when that sentence changes to a past simple way if it has in present, or it has in present continuous, present perfect, but simple in the first line. Then they change to the second line. So that is the basic rule. Changes the time verb. If we have present, going to pass. If we have present continuous, we have to past continuous. If we have present perfect, we have past continuous. If we have past simple, past perfect simple. If we have past continuous, it's past perfect continuous, and that. Okay. Is clear to that in that rule, but it is better with an example I'm going to see. But is clear to now? Is clear for that explanation? You follow me in that? Maisa, Maria, are you clear about that?
Yes.
Okay, Maisa. Okay, perfect. So
Yes.
okay, perfect. And so let's see what an example could be. So, oops, sorry. Okay. I made a mistake right there, and so I really so sorry about that. This is not on the example when I trying to do so. That is not the example I going to. Let's trying to share. Okay. Let me see. I have a little problem right there, and so. Okay. Are you seeing that slide? Not another slide. Are you seeing that slide? The slide that is in PowerPoint, not the presentation in the Teams. ¿Están viendo la presentación de PowerPoint? Es decir, de mi pantalla y no la otra presentación del... ¿Sí? ¿Correcto?
Sí.
Ok, perfecto. Entonces, acá la tengo arreglada. Es que la anterior tenía un problema de contexto. Entonces, like we said, we have direct speech, that at simple present, okay? That is the simple way to kind write that kind or a situation. By example, I am very glad to see you again. That's a simple present. That. So, and the last of the sentence, and sometimes is the beginning, we put Miguel says. Someone had to say that sentence. So, I'm very glad to see you again. That simple present, direct speech, because someone is telling that sentence. And so that is paraphrasing in a normal way. But we can use reported speech when used in a way to one to paraphrasing in a correct way, and so we can change the simple present to simple past. Okay, and so we can change simple present to simple past. So the example is Miguel said at the beginning, not the last. Miguel said that, so we can use that. Or Miguel says in another context, Miguel says where, or person says who, or the person says why. I mean, all we can use the lax connector. It was relative pronouns: why, when, how, where, when, who, whom. Exactly, we can use that. In that case, Miguel said that he was glad to see me again. He. So I'm very glad to see you. Also, if I was Miguel, I said, I'm very glad to see you. That's present simple. But in reported speech, like, I don't know, Maisa could say, oh, Alex said that he was very glad to see me again. That. And so that is the way we can use a paraphrasing in reported speech. Is that clear? That example is making it clear? Is clear for you, Maisa, Maria? If Jesus, you want to listen? Okay, it's clear. And so I left to share that screen, and I go into the next screen. So we back. So let me see. Okay. So let me see the another. It's the same. Sorry. And a little problems too. Okay. Wait a moment, please. Okay, so that's the one, that's the one, that's the problem, and that is the next example. Sorry. If we have a present continuous, by example, Sabrina is working in Buenos Aires, he says. So the simple sentence said by another person, but we can change to reported speech. We're going to move to past. And so he says, Sabrina has worked in Buenos Aires. Huh? We look the change in Sabrina was and Sabrina is. In direct speech, in reported speech, Sabrina was. The same sentence, the meaning of the sentence is the same. Yeah, and so use it working in Buenos Aires, that, and we move the he says to the last to the beginning of the sentence. Is that clear? Okay. And so I would like to you give me an example. And so I don't know, Maria, you first. Please give me an example of that reported speech and present course, direct speech, and then you pass to reported speech. Okay?
Tengo que hacerlo
En las dos formas. Primero nos colocas el ejemplo en direct speech, en presente continuo, normalito, y luego lo conviertes a reporter speech en past continuous. ¿Ok? No te preocupes.
um, um, I eat
Yeah.
I eat hamburger and hot dogs in Australia.
Okay. Noun reporter speech.
Um, um, she worked. Si es con E, no, teacher, no.
Tranquilo.
No,
Retomemos.
espera esa, dame un tiempito, por favor.
Okay, no worry. So, take your time and going to Maisa. You have the idea? You can put the
Yes.
sentence? Okay, tell us.
The teacher is drinking coffee right now. Is in present continuous and in past continuous is the teacher drank coffee just a moment ago.
But remember, you have to put in the first or the
Yes.
beginning to the reporter speech, he says, or she says, or I'm saying, you say, o sea, you have to put that who is the person who made the sentence. So I say that, okay? Remember
Yes.
that part.
The
Remember,
teacher, bueno,
tell
okay.
me? Okay.
Teacher is drinking coffee right now. Yes. And in past is teacher drank coffee and juice a moment ago. Hacía un momento.
Ok. Tenemos un pequeño error. Ok. Listo. En la segunda parte dices teacher drunk.
Ah,
Ok.
ya entendí. Ya. No
Dale.
voy a prestar bien atención.
Dale.
Teacher was drinking coffee. A juice moment ago. Utilizó el verbo to be en pasado. Y
Sí,
el
y
ejemplo.
ese es el direct speech. Ahora el reporte de speech. Dale.
Mm,
Es la
teacher
misma.
was, yes, teacher was drinking coffee just a moment ago.
Ok. Ahora, recordemos, cuando decimos la frase en el presente, es decir, en el direct speech, tenemos que decir al final o al principio, él dijo, o ella dijo, o yo digo, o tú dices.
Yes,
Siempre tenemos que...
yo le iba a decir, exacto, yo le iba a decir, pero es que vi que en el ejemplo empieza desde el sujeto. Sabrina
Ajá,
está trabajando en Buenos Aires.
ajá.
Entonces por eso no le puse el de.
Ok, perfecto. Pero en reporte de speech tú lo colocas al principio, en la mayoría de los casos. ¿Ok? En el reporte de speech, es
Sí.
decir, cuando lo cambias a pasado. Porque también hay varios ejemplos de eso. Ok, pero perfecto, Maisa. Thanks for your participation, and that is the idea. We had to put that kind of way of situation in order, and then we can fix it, and we have to improve and better we can do with the sentence, and that is the idea. Okay, Jesus, you have available to make an example. I think you can do an example. It's clear for you the idea of direct speech and reported speech. If you have problems with the connection.
Teacher, creo que sí tengo una pequeña idea, pero no estaba seguro, no sabía cómo
Danos
decirlo.
el ejemplo. Esa es la idea. Tú danos el ejemplo, que lo importante es eso, dar el ejemplo. Aquí nos corregimos entre todos. Dale.
Pasado continuo.
Sí, primero en presente continuo, ¿sí? En direct speech, y luego lo cambias a past continuous, que es el reporte de speech. Dale. Tú da el ejemplo, no te preocupes.
A ver, déjeme. Mm, que el presente continuo. Bueno, dice así.
Tranquilo. Easy, don't worry.
Bueno, dice. Paul and Jennifer are studying French at university.
And then, report the speech, how was it?
Dice, Paul y Jennifer están estudiando francés en la universidad.
Perfecto. Ese es el direct speech, el presente continuo. Ok, ahora cambiémoslo a reported speech. Primero recuerda,
Entonces,
hay que decir quién lo dice. He said, she said, we say, they say. Y luego sí, la oración.
ahí sí no entiendo, profe, ahí sí no entendí bien.
Ok, no problem. I'm explain in this part in Spanish. No te preocupes, te lo explico en español. Cuando damos el direct speech, es decir, la frase en direct speech, la damos normal y al final agregamos la muletilla de él dijo. Tú dijiste, Paul y Jennifer están estudiando francés en la universidad. Independientemente de quién lo dijo, lo estás diciendo en presente continuo en la forma directa. Paulo y Jennifer están estudiando inglés en la universidad. Ok, perdón, francés en la universidad. Cuando yo lo paso a reporter speech, yo tengo que especificar, es decir, tengo que parafrasear quién lo dijo. Es decir, yo incluso puedo decir, yo lo digo. Entonces, I said. Y luego digo la frase. Lo que pasa es que sería raro decir yo me parafraseo a mí mismo, decir I said. Sería un poco raro. Entonces utilizamos pues un tercero o un segundo. En este caso, you said, Paulo and Jennifer are studying French in the university. O he says, Paulo and Jennifer are studying French in the university. O she says. Entonces, es la misma oración, la cambiamos a pasado, pero le agregamos como la muletilla esa de decir quién lo dijo, que puede ser él, ella, ellos o nosotros. Bueno, nosotros es como medio raro, o ustedes. Le agregas esa muletilla antes de iniciar esa oración. ¿Está claro hasta ahí,
Ahora.
Jesús? ¿Sí? Okay. And so you can try again? You can do it again?
Yes.
Okay, tell me again.
Lo dio en el pasado.
Okay, perfect. Exactly.
Pasado.
And so start with the present continuous. Start with the direct speech. Empieza todo de nuevo, desde el principio.
Paul and Jennifer are studying French at the university.
Okay.
They say Paul and Jennifer were studying French at the university.
Excellent. That is the idea. Okay, perfect. That is a kind of way we can improve our language and the way how we can handle that reported speech or direct speech. In a kind of way to explain, una forma de explicar what is reported speech, qué es el reported speech, as something when in the beginning is I can explain what kind to tell, what kind to explain, how can describe something on my own words. But I have to change the time verbal to the present, mostly to the past. It's that kind of way. Author or the own or the his sentence or whatever. That is the idea. But that is great. So, en la forma como explicamos el direct speech, el reporte de speech, es cuando tratamos de contar, de decir, de afirmar o de describir algo que pasó, pero lo cambiamos del tiempo verbal del presente al pasado en la mayoría de los casos. Entonces, estamos claros hasta ahí y vamos con el siguiente ejemplo. Aquí se vuelve un poquitico más completo. So, direct speech and simple past. I put an interrogation form to this kind of sentence, but we can use affirmative sentence, not just interrogation sentence. And so the example is, did you finish the test? She asked. I mean, I'm not saying, I'd say for another person, I'm paraphrasing. But did you finish the test? That's in simple past. How to become in reported speech? She asks me, because I do it, if I had finished the test. In another way, if you finish it, past, you finish the test. She asked, or she said, for a better complexion. And so you finishes the test. That's in simple past. If I am going to change to report speech, I said, she said to me, I had finished the test. And so that part is a little complex, a little difficult, but I would like to trying to make an example. And so, I don't know, Maria, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So, can you give me a display in the last one or this one?
Primero el sample pass.
Okay, the last one. So I put that slide. And so please give me another example.
Al que me quedó faltando, ¿verdad?
Okay, then give me an example about that. Yeah, of course.
Past continuous. She says she was eating burgers and hot dogs in Australia on the 29th of March.
Okay. Okay. That's the idea to the report the speech. And now you can make the same sentence but in simple past and then change to past perfect simple. You only have to do is cut off the continuous. You just make it in simple past. The same sentence could be.
Did you go to work Saturday? He asked.
Okay. And the reported speech, what was it?
He worked Saturday.
She worked Saturday. And la muletilla, siempre.
Ahí sería.
She asked.
He asked.
She asked. Okay. He asked. Okay. That's the idea. And so you remember to use, you say, I have or I've. Colocaste la oración en pasado perfecto, tenemos que agregar el had. Entonces, esa es la cuestión en este lado, que agregamos la oración en pasado perfecto con el sujeto, el auxiliar have y luego el verbo en pasado.
He asked. He had worked
Saturday. Okay, that's the idea. She had worked the Saturday. Okay, perfect. That is the idea. So it's a little complex in the beginning because we had to trying to change and to move some kind of rules, some kind of things. But it's a little difficult in the beginning. But then this has become more and more easy because when you are talking about Paulo Londra and your writing, I listen too much time. He says, she says, he says, he says, he says. You use it a a lot common, and in your writing it does become a normal, but when you're trying to make it more and a constant and a gray composition. This is a little difficult when you're trying to pass to the time, and so it's a little complex, but that's the idea. Okay, perfect. And so you remember, and you write, you say, he say a lot of time, and that is the way how the reported speech use it. And so, Maisa, can you give us one example about the simple past perfect example, the reported speeches?
Yes.
Okay, tell us.
Do you prepare the dinner and eat? And she say maybe had meat if I prepare the dinner and ate.
Okay, great example. And that is the same opinion I going to do you and about you writing. When you're talking about Rihanna, I mean, you say in some kinds or lines on some kind of sentence, he says. You use, and maybe probably you don't look around and do you focus in that part, but when you say he says, you have used it, you are using the report expression, and that is the kind of way we kind to define right here. Just the part when change to past perfect, or the simple present to the simple past is a kind of way. And so you use it, but you maybe don't see how, or don't see what is the exactly grammatical rule. But that's kind of way, kind of example. So Jesus, do you want any example about that?
Yes, teacher, ¿en qué tiempo es en pasado simple?
Direct speech es en pasado simple. No, no tiene que ser en forma de pregunta, lo puedes decir en afirmativo. El reporte de speech es en pasado perfecto simple. Tranquilo. Y con la muletilla, recuerda, she says, she asked it, or she put it, or whatever. Give it. Give us an example. Try. Shot. Don't worry.
Bueno,
No pressure.
creo que es así. Bueno,
Give it. Okay.
We weren't in the river last summer because we had no money. No estuvimos en el río el verano pasado porque no teníamos dinero.
Ok.
Y la otra dice, you said we were in the river last summer because we had money. Estuvimos en el río el verano pasado porque sí teníamos dinero.
Okay, just a little mistake, but correction. Remember that the second part of the sentence, es decir, la segunda parte, el pasado perfecto simple. Recuerda que tienes que agregar el auxiliar have. Entonces, la segunda oración
Sí,
debe llevar you have.
Se me acaba de dar cuenta.
Okay, entonces, you can try another shot. Give us an example. It's good for you and good for all. And then you start the sentence says you said, or you tax, or you okay. Try again.
Creo que es así. No sé.
Don't worry.
You said we had been the river last summer because we had money.
Correct. You have arrived. That is the idea. Okay. Now that is the way that you can to try to make this reported speech when that kind of or grammatical rules. Don't worry. Jesus, that's the idea. We have to better to improve. We have to make more extension our speech when we trying to define, explain, talk, or even writing on a script on assignment. When that is the kind of way we can better improve that kind. Don't worry about the mistake. Don't worry about that. Just try to do it what you know and trying to fix it, that mistake. That is the idea. Don't worry about the mistake. The mistake can fix it. Don't worry. So next example with a past continuous. What happened when we had a past continuous direct speech? We have to become or convert and report the speech in past perfect continuous. That is more easily in some kind of thing. I believe it's more easily because it's just one to do is one change. Such to added the had auxiliary. Like the example says, they say, we weren't going to the cinema today. That is a past continuous normally. But when we change to report to the speech, they said that they hadn't gone to the cinema today. Just we changed the past continuous with to be a past perfect continuous with had. I haven't gone to the cinema today. It's just a little more easy if you're trying to define, and this is more in a kind of way, I don't know, less rules. You can use that, and so it's more applicable for all. And so I don't know, Maisa, you want to start with that example?
Yes, I
Okay.
have an example about, I think, the structure to second example. And the one example is the 20th of June, we were dancing and singing with my friends. And the second, I think.
Okay, and so can you repeat, please, the first one, the direct speech? Is you say,
Yes.
okay, please.
On July 20, we were dancing and singing with my friends.
Okay, and now and the reported speech, how was it? The second one, Maisa, you can tell the second one, please. Hmm?
Yes,
Okay.
I say that we were dancing and singing with my friends.
Okay, that's the idea. Great, 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 great. Great example. And so, Maria, can you tell us your example? Direct speech and then reported speech. Maria, Maria, Maria. Okay.
She said she were going to rest.
Okay.
And
And reported speech.
she said that she had not going to restaurant.
Okay, that's an example. And see, a better kind of explanation about what is that she said. Okay, good for you, Maria. Thanks to you, Maisa, again for that. And so, oh, gloss Jesus again. Oh, that. Okay, going to the next one. That now we are in present perfect simple. I mean, just the subject, auxiliary, verb, and past, and the object of oración. sentence. We use for a little example, I already remember about that. In my kind of way, we add sabo. I don't know if you remember the sabo. Una partícula sabo que usábamos mucho, estilo colegial, para hacerlo más simple, es sujeto, auxiliar, verbo, objeto o complemento. Entonces, tal cual nos lo explicamos aquí, que tenemos un conector llamado already. Yeah? And so, Mario said, I have already gone out. Gone is the verb in past perfect, and have is like apostrophe. Have. So just that. And so that is direct speech. But when we come to reported speech, Mario told, not Mario said, Mario told. That is the way we can say she asked, she said, she told. So that he had in past, not in present. He had already gone out. So the same. It's more easy, like say before, that it's more easy when you move out and note a little structure of the sentence. And so I think it's more easy for that. And so the example now is, I don't know, Maria, tell us. You want to do a shot, an example about in that form, present perfect, past perfect, about direct speech and reported speech?
I say I
Yeah.
already my task done.
Don't worry, the dog is trying to speak with us. He's a little, he have to an opinion about the direct speech. Tell her again, please. Don't worry.
I say I have already my task done.
Okay, and the reported speech is? The second one? Maria. Ah, maybe it's the dog. Okay.
Es que no sé muy bien hacer eso.
Tranquila. Es la misma y trata de convertirla en... Maisa, if you're ready, you can give us an example.
Yes, please.
Okay.
The teacher has not graded the worksheets yet, and the teacher said she has not graded the worksheets yet.
Okay, that you can use the teacher by example, the worksheet. Thank you so much for that example. Maria, you fix it, you fix it the second one, or you're ready for that? Share with us.
I say I had already my
Okay. Yep. Sí, a more fluent, but the next time, but that is the way of the example. Okay, perfect. Okay, Jesus, if you can see the screen now, we are in direct speech by present perfect simple and reported speech by past perfect simple. Okay, and so if you wanna try to, you wanna try to an example. Okay, give us shot. Tell him.
I can see the video, pero no entiendo qué es lo que toca.
Ok, ¿no puedes ver la pantalla? Qué pena.
Sí, sí puedo, teacher, sí puedo.
Ah, ok. Entonces, reitero la explicación. La voy a hacer un poco en español para que sea más compleja. Estamos, más completa, perdón. Estamos en el mismo tema, claro, pero ahora estamos en presente perfecto simple. ¿Cuál es la idea? Utilizamos la oración de presente perfecto simple, que es el sujeto, el auxiliar de have, el verbo y tenemos el complemento. I have already gone out. Already es como un adjetivo que colocamos ahí para hacer la oración, no importa. El verbo es gone. Como ya sabemos, se coloca el verbo en pasado participio. Entonces, I have arrived, I have wrote, I have written, I have eaten. Lo tenemos en presente. Es decir, utilizamos el auxiliar have en presente y utilizamos el verbo en pasado perfecto. ¿Ok? Luego, cuando la cambiamos a reported speech, decimos la muletilla Mario told me o Mario say o whatever. ¿Ok? Eso ya utilizamos. Es la misma oración, pero cambiamos, ¿sí? Cambiamos es el presente del auxiliar have por el pasado del auxiliar had. Entonces tenemos Mario told me he had already gone out. ¿Ok? Entonces, tratamos de definir lo mismo, pero cambiamos el have de presente al had de pasado. ¿Ok? ¿Está claro hasta ahí, Jesús?
Creo que sí.
Okay, you can try another a shot with an example. Don't worry.
Estoy dando a ver. No puedo.
Don't worry.
Estoy analizando la diferencia. Ok. Déjenme ver.
Don't worry. You can use the last example. Don't worry. She have arrived. It's okay. We have arrived. That's a good example. You can change. Don't worry. Or the university example. Student is good example too. If you want. The French university. French student French.
Creo que ya.
Okay. Tell us.
Pero no sé si esté bien, pero bueno.
Don't worry, don't worry. Just try the shot. Don't worry. Nothing happened.
El verbo tiene que ser en perfecto.
El
verbo tiene
auxiliar
que
en presente perfecto, correcto, específicamente con el auxiliar have, ¿ya? Y el verbo de la oración está construido con el pasado con participio.
¿Y puedo utilizar otro verbo que
Claro,
bueno,
claro, no te preocupes.
bueno. Camila said my dog barked at her. Camila dijo que mi perro le ladró.
Ok, perfecto.
Camila told me that my dog had barked at her. Camila me dijo que mi perro la había ladrado.
Okay, no te preocupes. That is the idea. Don't worry. That's a good example, and you try to improve it. You're trying to better. Next time, don't worry. That's the idea, Jesus. Thank you for sharing. And that is the way when I'm looking for. They had no fear. If you have, oh, maybe it's not good. Maybe I put, I don't know if I made a mistake. No, it don't happen anything. So if we fall, we get up. Don't worry. Don't happen. Thank you, Jesus. And so finally, the last one, I think is the more easy for all. That's present perfect continuous to past perfect continuous. I mean, direct speech in present perfect continuous to reported speech past perfect continuous. Direct speech. I have been playing. Is easy. Is subject, auxiliary have, been, the particular to be in perfect, and finally the verb in continuous and the object of the oration. I have played the piano 14 years, he says. And just what to say is change the have been to had been, just all. And so, like you say, she says that she had been playing the piano for the last 10 years or 14 years. Okay. And so that is more easy though. Okay. And so if anyone trying to shot, maybe, I don't know, Jesus, you start because you have to make improve. You have to do it well. And so trying to do an example is more easy than other ones. Don't worry, just you can use the last example or the last examples, whatever, or a new example to the sentence. Just trying to do. Don't worry. Use it for also an example if you want. Are you ready? Jesus, you listen to me?
Sí.
Okay.
¿Cómo? Sí.
If you're going to chat one example, are you ready?
Creo que de la forma directa, sí, sí la sé.
Okay, okay, tell us, don't worry.
Yo puse, I've been working for the weekend.
Okay, and now in reported speech, how you can say it? Don't worry, it doesn't pass. Just have to change the had. A had verb or had verb. It the same sentence.
Eh, uh, and they said that they've been working for the weekend.
Okay, that is the idea. Good for you, Jesus. That's the way. Don't worry. That's an example. If you say, I don't know if it's good, don't worry. I don't know if it's good sentence. Don't worry. Just trying to say, trying to better, trying to improve. So, Maisa, can you tell us your example about that?
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
And I like swimming because it releases me. And I say that I like it to swimming because the activity relaxes me.
Okay, that's a good example, Maisa. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. That's the way how the reported speech is working. And so, Maria, tell us.
She had been cooking some of pasta in the kitchen, and she said that she had been cooking some of pasta in the kitchen.
Very good. Very nice. Okay, that is the way in how we can paraphrasing another kind of documents or articles, and we put in our document or our essay or framework, and we trying to explain or define, especially in that career in English, when we are or you are going to see, I don't know, materials, teacher development, or design for specify uh, maths or science. I don't know. It's a kind of course you can take. You can take in the next semester, and they always going to ask you for a lot of frameworks, and you can use that kind of way to describe the situation doing for another author. And so thank you so much, guys, for this session, and I would like to wait me in the chat for a few moments. I'm going to tell you something, and I got to stop the recording right now. uh, Again, thank you so much for this session. And so please wait me in the chat, okay? I'm stopping the recording now.